Hello and welcome to our daily sketching routine. It is Wednesday, September 18th, 2024, and today's topic will be tips on line art, because that's basically what we've been doing is line art. And to start off with, I wanted to kind of go over what the previous few videos have been about. So one, it's about drawing from imagination. That's like the big thing. And then the next thing is drawing like poses from imagination, ways of coming up with them. And then we moved on to like character design, because one, that's my main area of interest right now, is just creating characters for world building purposes. But I think there's also a lot of useful information. So for example, like how to go from just practice and sketching poses from imagination, like just practicing and getting better at drawing and coming up with like your own way of doing things, to like adding details and creating characters or whatever else. I mean, this could be applied to anything. But then for today's topic is about line art, and so I just wanted to compare the difference. So the first thing is that I did like, and I'll do a demonstration today, but I did go in with a pencil. So this was done with a medium point pen, but then this line art was done with like a fine point, and this is a big intensity, but like anything that's thin. And I really like the way this like thin, like fine liner goes with the printer paper. That's pretty good, actually. I like it. It's pretty fun to draw with. And then I just use a mechanical pencil for like going from like kind of the rough sketch to a more finished drawing. And I find that at first I was just kind of not penciling it in, and I find that it's unless you really know like what you're drawing, it's difficult to come up with the look and also have like good line work or line art, as today's topic is talking about. So with that said, let's sketch something here. So let's do like this. Let me do the super duper zoom in function. So yeah, like whenever I went to ink it, like I needed to have a pencil sketch, because otherwise I missed like what was good in here. So you want it to be like an improvement. So for example, like with these, like you want the, like that's a better version of that. Let me set a 5-minute timer. I forgot to do that at the beginning. So maybe it's been 5 minutes or 10. So yeah, I'm gonna go in with a pencil and basically sketch in what I like. Like I liked how the nose came out. Like this is actually a pretty good sketch. Now, I used to lightbox it, but since this is in a sketchbook, I wouldn't be able to do that anyway. Or I would have like, I mean, it just depends on the situation. But it's not bad to like practice though, because one of the things I want to do is draw a comic based on the story that I'm working on, plus I want to write the books. And in a comic, you're gonna have to draw the character over and over anyway, so you have to draw a lot, so you might as well get used to it. Now I am gonna move into like the digital art. My setup is pretty old. I use an N2L4, but it works for me for now. But I still like to draw by hand, and especially now with all like the AI stuff going on, like I just feel like it's going to be important to be able to do traditional art, because I feel like at some point people are gonna wish that they could do it. Now for my part, like I'm already used to traditional art, so it's not like that big of a leap. So if I can kind of leave something behind, as it were, like this kind of knowledge, it may become like arcane knowledge at some point to draw by hand. But I promise you, because I also do digital art, like most of my professional work is digital art, that if you can do it this by hand, like it's not that hard digitally. And a lot of the like special effects or whatever that people think are so great is actually the thing that AI does so easily. So there's no reason to, like, in my opinion, to like pursue that kind of thing. But one thing that AI will never be able to do is do what I'm showing you right here. There's just no way. And so the more of yourself that you can put into the work, the more it's going to stand out. Now, as far as like the state of the art industry and stuff, that's a whole nother topic, and that's not really, I wasn't even intending to talk about that. But the point is that just do this, like just do a better version of what that, keep all the good stuff, like the character and what you like about it, and also like the shading. That kind of thing. So yeah, like once you pretty much have like the good stuff, yeah, this is like printer paper, like decent printer paper. It's not like the cheapest, but it's not the best. But it looks good with this pen, and so yeah, get like a fine point pen. And as far as like line work, there's so many ways you could approach it. Like I like this. It's pretty cool, because one thing is, if I am gonna do a comic, I might like scan this in and like kind of do flat color with a little bit of like subtle like gradation type stuff. Who knows? That's a whole nother thing to figure out. But I just wanted to figure out how I want to draw, like the style I'm going for. I wouldn't do like a ton of cross hatching if I'm going to color it. But like I said in the previous video, you want to be more definite about the line. Like basically whatever line you put down, you want it to, that's 5 minutes. I'll start another one. You want it to be like the finish. The first thing is you have to ask yourself, how outlined do you want it to be? Let's make this kind of outline just for the sake of this demonstration. So I'm just gonna outline it. And so this comes from the sketch, like knowing what you're drawing. And so you can come up with a pretty cool outline. Notice like I didn't do that with these. So it's a stylistic thing. And then maybe like within, you could not be as outlined with it. So you could, for example, think about the lighting, and so you just put in the line work for like where it's dark. And you want the pen strokes to be pretty good, not like sketchy. And so think about the lighting. So I might like double like the darken one side of the line, and I still want to keep the character, like the kind of the personality. So we're talking about like just the expression, but we also want to improve the character, the drawing, like add something to it. So yeah, take your time, don't rush with this part. And just kind of keep your lines like pretty clean. And notice that you don't have to overdo it. This line is kind of important, the jawline here, because he's looking up. And then stuff like, see again, like, you don't have to draw all the details. Think about like where the shadows are. And also it depends on if you're gonna color it or not. I want to leave some room for if I want to color it, so I'm not gonna cross-hatch everything. So at this point, as far as like line art is concerned, it's as much about the way the lines look and like the shapes as accuracy. Like, you're not really trying to draw the most accurate wrinkles. As far as like when you're drawing from imagination, or if you're drawing like a comic or something. And pretty much like every line that you put down means something. So less is more. It's better to leave something out and not mess up the drawing than it is to mess it up. So that's why I recommend taking your time with it and stepping away, because less is more when it comes to line art. But that's another 5 minutes, and I just wanted to demonstrate that for today. I'm gonna erase. I'm not gonna erase this one because I just drew it, but there's pencil lines. But some of the lines come from the printer, so I won't be able to erase those. But you gotta be careful with this printer paper when you erase. It's thin. But I like this process. I feel like, one, it's a solid way to go about it, coming up with drawings and characters and stuff. And then once you really know what a character looks like, then you can draw it like easier. But that'll be it for today. Thank you for joining me for another sketching routine, and thanks for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. And until next time, keep on sketching.